It seems that one prominent insider has changed his tone on the Denver Broncos draft plans right before the draft is set to begin. But before we talk about that, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I will be going live for all 3 days of the draft, doing a live reaction and analysis for every single pick made from rounds 1 to 7. We'll be live for all 3 days, so be sure to tune in. We will be getting started tonight at about 5:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so about 15 minutes before the draft kicks off and the Tennessee Titans are officially on the clock. So be sure to tune in for that. Link will be in the description below. It is always a blast at the draft streams here on Broncos Syndicate. And without further ado, back to your regularly scheduled programming. I want to go ahead and bring in this tweet here from Adam Schefter that he put out this morning. The Broncos have fielded calls in recent days from teams interested in potentially moving up to Denver's number 20 selection per sources. The Broncos currently hold the draft slot in front of Pittsburgh's number 21. I would say that there are 3 teams in this draft class that want to come away with quarterbacks. 2 of them happen to be in the top 3, but they're not comfortable taking a quarterback there in the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants. That's why the Giants went out and got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, and that's why the Browns went out and got Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. But I do believe that those teams want to ultimately come away with quarterbacks. I also believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers want to come away with a quarterback. They'll tell you that they're comfortable starting Mason Rudolph week 1, but realistically, they may be still holding out hope for Aaron Rodgers, but they're going to have to make some sort of move in the draft for a quarterback. And those are the teams that might be interested if Shedeur Sanders starts to fall. If Sanders falls to 20, I feel like the Denver Broncos would be stupid to not take advantage of that, because I feel like there are at least 2 teams in the Cleveland Browns and New York Giants that would be willing to make a phone call in order to jump the Pittsburgh Steelers. If I had to guess which one, I would say the Browns, probably because A, they're Pittsburgh's division rival, and B, they did less than what the Giants did to at least patch up their quarterback situation. They only brought in Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. I mean, yeah, sure, Flacco could start a few games for you, but you probably don't want Joe Flacco starting the entire season. Same goes for Kenny Pickett. The Browns need to get their quarterback. So if they want to jump the Pittsburgh Steelers, if Shedeur Sanders starts to fall, or if they just want to go ahead and select Jackson Dart, even if Sanders isn't there, I could very easily see them being a dance partner with the Denver Broncos at 20. I entertained this very scenario in my mock draft. I had the Denver Broncos sending pick 20 and 122, which is a 4th round pick, to Cleveland in exchange for pick 33, the first pick in the 2nd round, pick 94, which is a 3rd round pick, and a 2026 2nd round pick. Now, in that mock draft, I also had Denver trading some of that capital to Detroit to come back up from 33 in order to jump ahead of Washington for Travion Henderson. That's the player that I ultimately think Denver is going to end up with tonight. Is that the player I want them to end up with? Not exactly, but that's who I do think ultimately will be a Denver Broncos. So I had the Denver Broncos jumping ahead of Washington in that hypothetical trade with some of the draft capital that they got with Cleveland in order to make sure that they got their guy. Washington's apparently really interested in Travion Henderson. So the Denver Broncos could pull off something like that, and even if they don't move back up from 33, they'll have some draft capital to play with at the top of the 2nd round, where you could potentially move back and get even more picks, or you could stockpile some picks for next year, or if your guy that you really, really like at 51 starts to slip, maybe you could come up a few picks in order to secure him. So you can have a lot of different kinds of flexibility if you went ahead and made this deal with the Cleveland Browns, and it would basically be the same thing for the New York Giants. It would just be 1 pick later, essentially. So I think the Denver Broncos absolutely should do this if the right opportunity ends up calling. And I do believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in a quarterback, and Cleveland might want to jump them, and the New York Giants might want to jump them. Alrighty guys, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And let me know in the comment section below, guys, would you feel good if the Denver Broncos made a trade down with the Cleveland Browns and acquired some extra draft capital? Alright guys, and until next time, I'm your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.